What's up, guys? It's Jonathan with One Big Impact. So, good morning. And Nicole Foy just asked a question, and I'm not trying to call you out, but I just wanted to answer a couple questions about what is happening on the Caribbean side of Costa Rica. So, and what places to go to, what places I've been, what I recommend. And she didn't ask all those questions, but I figured I'd make a video because just to add another video on the Costa Rica part. And if you're going to the Caribbean side specifically, I just wanted to add a couple things. So first of all, the Caribbean side is going to be significantly cooler and wetter than significantly cooler and wetter than the Atlantic side. Okay, you're probably at like 80 degrees Fahrenheit, roughly 80 to 90, and then when you cruise over there, it could be like 60 or 70, 75 on a good day, 80 maybe tops. But it's significantly cooler. That's part of why I personally loved it more, was because it was cooler, it was a little bit more rainy. I like weather, okay? I like to go somewhere where there's weather, not just straight up sunshine. So if you're looking for a wetter version or a cooler version because you've been on the hot side too long, or that's just your forte, it's probably going to be the Caribbean side is going to be the best option for you. So, okay, so let's cruise over here to the map, and I'm trying to make sure my camera doesn't close. I'm like super good at this. Okay, so first of all, there's a couple places you can go on the Caribbean side, and I will say there's three specific places that I went. I went to Limon, which basically is the port town. It's like the major area where everybody's coming in, whether it's an influx of people coming from, I hate to say this word because I'm not trying to offend anybody, but like immigrants from Jamaica or other parts of the Caribbean and stuff like that. They tend to come in this area, as well as like all the merchandise, the stock, the major shipping ports and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying this is the only one, but it is a major one. And it's basically exactly that. Just a conglomeration cluster of all kinds of people, all kinds of stuff. And if I had to make a suggestion, although it can be cool if you got like a group of guys or something like that, I don't personally suggest like a single traveler necessarily going there. There's not much in the respects of actually finding anything to do per se. There's probably some cool little things that you could do here and there, but honestly, it's a pretty rough town. I would stay away from it. It's a little bit dodgy. I walked around for a little while. I would probably never go back. Now, going a little bit further south, I would say the next place that I would stop, and you can obviously stop pretty much anywhere. I'd say, let's see what this city's called. There is a sloth sanctuary just south of San Clemente. I didn't get a stop there, but I did hear it was pretty neat. And then once you go a little bit further below, there's going to be some pretty big like national parks and stuff like that. I think one is called like Playa Cahuita. I did stop in Cahuita and I stayed a night there. It's a little bit more relaxed. Like if you're coming from Limon, it's going to be a major mind shock. Like just a short little drive. I mean, it's probably like an hour or so. But once you get over there, it's a very, very relaxed, chill environment. If you need time to like rejuvenate, or you've had a wild ride of a party place for like 7 days or a week or something like that, and you just need to rehabilitate yourself and kind of calm down and just chill out a little bit. You don't want the hustle and bustle and the dangerous neighborhoods or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Cahuita can be a really nice destination, and most of the buses and coaches stop there. So they do have a bus station. It's not like super huge or anything like that, but you can get to San Jose from there to there any which way. So it's actually a really nice area, and the national park's really nice there too. Cruising down a little bit further, and I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything on the map. There is some places to go, okay? But I will say the next major place, probably about a half-hour away, is going to be my personal favorite, is Puerto Viejo. And it's actually Puerto Viejo de Talamanca. But Puerto Viejo. So when you search it, it can be confusing. Like on hotels.com or something like that, it's always going to have that de Talamanca in the back. So make sure you pick that one. I know there's some different places that are called Puerto Viejo in the area that aren't necessarily going to be that actual place. So keep that in mind. But I will say, I say it at the Selena Resort there. Actually, it was probably the best part of my trip. I met some really cool people. I met Amelia. I met Leah or Leah, whatever her name is. I met Sergio, Jim, Scott, which are not their names, but I made them up in American names because I don't know how to pronounce their Swedish names or Finnish names or whatever. So super cool people, amazing environment. The Selena was a little bit higher than what I wanted to pay for actual lodging or whatever. And that is a reality. You're going to have to remember, if you want something a little bit nicer, it could cost a little bit more. But that being said, it was a hostel. It was only 24 bucks. The first night I got it for 18, and then it was like the weekend prices, so they went up by like 6 bucks. So keep that in mind, and you always want to book advance because that specific area gets pretty full. The place I would recommend not going would be Rock and Jay's, unless you're a hippie and you like sleeping in hammocks and you like getting bit by insects, because that was a nightmare. But I can understand Rock and Jay's would be really cool if you got like 5 or 7 bucks and you need somewhere to stay and you want to party all night. That's cool. That's a good place for it. That's great. But that's just not my thing. I like a little bit more creature comforts, you know, like some cleanliness, and I don't want to feel like I'm camping if I'm not camping. But they do have some cool tents and stuff that they rent, and also private rooms. But the Selena was definitely the location for me. And it was right on the beach. Amazing views, stunning views. They had hot tubs that were not hot. They had hot tubs. I guess sometimes they work there, sometimes they don't. But they had a nice pool area and a nice restaurant area. They had breakfast for like 5, 7 bucks. Actually, it was 5 bucks, and I think you pay by weight, so that's cool. But aside from that, the reason I liked Puerto Viejo the most, obviously, be safe. You're in a pretty busy area. Don't go out at night. If you're a chick, you're probably going to get robbed. I'm just throwing that out there. But that's pretty much anywhere you go. Anywhere you go in the world, you need to be careful and you need to be diligent and keep your wits about you. If you're walking around in the middle of the night drunk or something like that, you're going to get taken advantage of. And that goes for where I live too. It's not any different anywhere in the world. You just want to be smart and use your common sense. So if you go out at night, go with a group of people, you're probably going to be perfectly fine. But still, use your best interest. Don't walk through extended areas of jungle or anything like that in the middle of the dark by yourself, because something could happen. Not only that, I mean, you could get attacked by an animal or something. So think before you do things. But that being said, if you do stay at Selena's, or no matter where you stay, they have bike rentals in that area, which are actually really cheap. The going rate looks like it's about 6 bucks. We tried a little couple places, and they're all about 6 bucks. They come with a lock. It's a beach cruiser. It's not going to be some crazy mountain bike or anything special. But if you go out the Selena's and you take a left, and you're going to ride for approximately 45 minutes to an hour, maybe a half hour if you ride pretty significantly fast. You're going to go up and down some hills or whatever. You're going to pass, after about 15 minutes, you're going to see a beach on the left. Don't stop there. Keep going. Keep going for about 45 minutes, I would say, roughly, if you're just at a kind of cruising pace. On the left side, you're going to hit like a little town, tiny town, but there's going to be like 3 or 4 stores. But you're going to be heading straight, and the beach is going to be straight in front of you. That's the beach. That's Manzanilla Beach, and it is epically beautiful. You're going to know you're there because once you hit the beach, off to the left side, there's going to be a giant boat that's like shipwrecked off in the distance. Also, that's a pretty common thing in Puerto Viejo, which is actually pretty cool. You can actually go climb on those. Hopefully, Amelia or Leah or Leia gets the freaking pictures up soon, because we got some pretty cool pictures there, and it was an extremely awesome like 3 days going to the beaches, ripping apart coconuts, and having just a really good time. So also, furthermore, just a little bit further down the street, there's actually a national park called Manzanilla National Park, and it's actually really cool, and it's free. So go check that out. I hope you guys like our videos. I hope this answered your question, Nicole. I only made a video because I hate typing all kinds of stuff, so I hope that was a little bit more inclusive. If you have other questions or anybody else have other questions, please feel free to ask. Check us out on onebigimpact.com and also our Facebook group called World Travelers. I'll put the links in the description below. Have a beautiful day, guys. Remember to spread love, not hate, and hashtag be stronger than your excuses. Peace.